Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is Terrence Pardui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Pardui. Let's stop it. Let's stop it.
Dominica made me. That's where it all began.
Yes.
Island breeze, coconut trees, the heart of my plan.
All right, we'll stop it, man. We'll make sure everybody gets nice and ready for the show. Hope you're doing well tonight. Again, I got a great show for you as usual. Hopefully you're tuning in. I don't care where you are. Hopefully you are ready to go. Let's make it go live here so everybody can participate. I'm ready to go, ready to go, ready to go, ready to go. Let's do what we do. Tuesdays with Terrence. How are you beautiful people doing? Is everyone doing fine? I hope everyone's doing fine. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. As we start, hope everybody's doing fine. Let's kick it. Are you ready to kick it? Are you ready to kick it? Let's start. Let's start. There we go.
Dominica made me. That's where it all began. Island breeze, coconut trees, the heart of my plan. From the hills and the smiles to the songs of the sea, that island spirit molded the person I'd be. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray.
Welcome to Tuesdays with Terrence. How you doing tonight?
On those snowy streets, learn to stand tall, navigating life, every rise, every fall. From the commons to the brownstones, I made my claim. With every lesson learned, I embraced my name. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray.
Yeah!
Now the South sustains me with its warm embrace, a community of strength and love in every space. From the bayous to the beaches, I found my place. In this journey of finance, I've learned to chase grace. Dominica made me, Boston raised me high. The South sustains my soul as I reach for the sky. With every sunrise, I'm thankful and free. A licensed financial pro, just being me. So here's to the roots that shaped who I am. From Dominica's beauty to Boston's Grand Slam. In the South I stand strong, with purpose and pride. Together with my journey, side by side.
Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is Terrence Bardui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardui, even from the 767 YT Cooley, the Commonwealth of Dominica. You call me what? Luca Boy, because I'm from what? La Puente, Point Michel, St. Luke's Parish. Dominica made me. Boston raised me. Now the South sustains me. How are you beautiful people doing? Hope people are doing well tonight. Hope everyone's doing well. welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence, man. I am so excited for tonight. Hope you people are doing well. I got a great show planned for you. You know, that was my theme song. I just love how it sounds. Yeah, that.
Dominica made me.
Yo, I just had to do that. I just had to do that again. I love this. I love this. Love listening to this. Hope you guys are doing well. How's your week going? How's everybody doing? Is everyone doing well? Are you doing okay? Are you taking it one day at a time? Sweet Jesus. You know, Labor Day has come and gone. September is here. Now we are actually dealing with what? Fall's almost here. So I hope everyone's doing well. Welcome again to Tuesdays with Terrence. Mr. Avid Varsa, how you doing, young man? Hope you're doing well. How is the weather in the DMV? I hope it's well. And for anybody else who's watching, if you say hello to me, I can give you a shout out. If you don't say hello to me, I really can't do it for you. So I'm so excited for tonight. Let's just take a look and see what markets are doing. I will take a look here and let's see what markets are doing just to today to see what some of you happen. Oh, wow. The Dow Jones was up 196.39. The NASDAQ was up 80.79. I think the NASDAQ is at an all-time high. Oh, my gosh. All-time high. So some of you are making some monies, right? Some of you, it says the stock market today, the NASDAQ eyes new record. The Dow and the S&P 500 also call higher ahead of the jobs data revision report and Oracle earnings. But how are you people doing tonight? I hope everyone's doing well. For everyone who's watching, let me see if there's anyone I need to give a shout out to. I see Eventful has joined in. How are you, Eventful? Hope you're doing well. You said you had a song made for you for your show. I sure did. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great week. Hope you're enjoying the weather and all that good stuff. I'm so excited. And I'm really cool again. Delphine Leblanc, oh my gosh, Ottawa, Canada, one of Point Michel Lapointe's finest. How are you? Come on, Dominica made you too, right? Boston didn't raise you. I think Dominica raised you, and now Canada sustains you. And everybody else who's watching tonight, welcome to the show. I have a great show planned for you tonight. I'm rocking Mawon, Neg Mawon brand. Mawon, you see that Mawon? You're like, what does that mean? Google it. See it? Mawon. You know, Mawon. That's Mawon. The Dominicans watching know what that means. But those of you who are not from Dominica or not French, Google it. Now, there's a friend of the show, Dr. Dale Dangleben. On Facebook, he's Serge Resnick. He's a trauma doctor in Pennsylvania and a great author. Great businessman, great friend. I've known him, gosh, all my life, I think. But anyways, it's one of those things. I'm just rocking his brand, supporting that. And basically, you know, he has a new book out. So if you, Dr. Dale Dangleben, if you, let me go on his page for a minute and just see real quickly his new book. He just had a new book out recently. Let's see what it's called. For those of you who like reading, now the weather is getting a little the weather's getting a little what I'd say a little what cooler, you know, so it's some of you may want to do some reading. I'm trying to pull it up. Let's see if it'll pull up. It doesn't pull up for me for some reason. I don't know what's going on today, but he has a great if you go to Apple or Amazon, you'll find Dr. Dale Dangleben books. He has a lot of great books out. One of my favorite books, he wrote a book as being an immigrant, becoming a trauma doctor, going through New York. And the guy's brilliant, man. He's a giver. He has a market in our village of Point Michel. I think it's called Bell Bagay Market. And they sell a lot of, it's kind of like here it would be comparable to a CVS or a Walgreens. So if you're in La Pointe, you need to check it out. And for those of you who are in Dominica, you can do that as well. But tonight, though, I'm so excited for the show. I've been having some technical difficulties, right? But I think tonight, excuse me, I want someone to tell me though if they're watching. I know someone's watching on Instagram. I want to know if anybody's watching on my business page, which is Bardui Financial. And I want to know if anybody's watching on my personal page, which is Havis Bardui. If you're watching on my personal page, Havis Bardui, you need to let me know because it means I fixed whatever problem I was having. Because I don't know what has been going on. For some reason, I've been trying to fix it, and I don't know what's going on. So, anyways, if you're watching on my personal page, I hope you're doing that. Let me know in the chat, and I can give you a little shout out. And thank you so much for that. But let me say good evening, all, so people can see. Let me see. Good evening, all. And what I'm going to do as well, I'm actually going to, you know what? I did it all in capitals. It looks, let's fix that. Let's fix that. And what I'm going to do as well tonight is put it also on my WhatsApp. So people who are on WhatsApp can actually watch it because you can watch me on multiple platforms. You can watch me on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, Bardui Financial Services. Not Tuesdays with Terrence, but Bardui Financial Services. You can watch me there live. You can also watch me on LinkedIn. Some people watch on LinkedIn. You can watch me on X, which is formerly Twitter. And, you know, HTB964. You can watch me on YouTube, HTB964 as well. BFS Financial Services on LinkedIn, Havis Bardui, and my business page, Bardui Financial Services. So I try to put it up so people can watch. And people say, man, you try to do too much. Well, I'm the producer. I'm the host. I'm the cameraman. I'm the DJ. I'm the everything. I'm going to say to these people on WhatsApp, I am live now. I am live now. And I always like to put my boom. People like that. And I think I like it more than people. But I put that on there just to make me feel good, right? You got to encourage yourself. I saw a post today and I printed it. And what the post said, folks, it's very paramount. This is what it said. And I'm going to read it to you. I think I have it up right here. It says that there's a couple of them that I want to read. It says, self-confidence is a superpower. Once you start to believe in yourself, magic happens. Or let me read it again. Self-confidence is a superpower. Once you start believing in yourself, magic starts happening. And that is true. I believed in myself several years ago, and I started this broadcast Tuesdays with Terrence. And February 4th will be 6 years. Every Tuesday I've been doing this. You know, I got one of my business partners, Peach Goodwill, is watching tonight. And she sent me a great, let me read it, a great text tonight. Every Tuesdays with Terrence, she sends me an encouragement. And it says, when the roots are deep, there is no reason to fear the wind. When the roots are deep, there is no reasons to fear the wind. So I just want you guys to know whatever it may be that you want to do in life, hair, a restaurant, cook, parties, you know, favors for parties, become a mechanic, be an author, whatever it is, tap into your confidence, you know, and surround yourself with people who uplift you. Because if there's anybody that's going to not see, I was talking to someone last night, someone who's very dear to me. I have an appointment with them later this week, and I told them, you should not be talking to people who are not entrepreneurs about what you want to do. They don't get it. They don't see it. I say those people with jobs, they're my clients. I love them, but I don't talk to them about encouragement because sometimes what they see is what they do, a job. People, entrepreneurs like me, we don't have a job. We report to ourselves, and we have accountability partners. But, you know, one of the things you want to align yourself with people with the same mindset, because people will kill your dreams. That's why they say, you know, I know some friends, I should say, who are on social media, and they don't post anything positive or to let you know what their successes are. because they don't want the Debbie Downers, so they handle it in private. And I can respect that. Me, I put my stuff up when I'm down. I put it down, but you could hardly tell when I'm down because I come up, I come exciting, and I just tell people what I do, and I get really, really cool about what I do. So for all of you who are watching, Delphina LeBlanc, Peach Goodwill, Alvin Varsar, and anybody else who's watching that I can't see because you haven't put your little information in there, welcome to Tuesdays with Terrence. And also Eventful has joined us on Instagram. I hope you're doing well as well. And I'm really excited. Our topic tonight is, what is Liam? What is Liam? And you might say, what is Liam? September is Life Insurance Awareness Month, right? September is also Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. September is also, did you know, September also is Suicide Awareness Preventment Month. There are people who are going through a lot, especially now. The economy is hard. People are broke. People need help. People are going to churches and going to people for help. Things are rough. The economy, we're not in a recession, but things are hard. But I've always said that they said that a recession is a yard sale for the prepared. So what I try to do, I try to educate my clients to prepare. But I'll tell you, Liam, Liam, is the hashtag for Life Insurance Awareness Month. Next month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So all the ladies wear their pink. So I think all the fellas should be wearing their blue. I should have had blue on tonight, for Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. If you go look at Tuesdays with Terrence last week on my YouTube channel, Badui Financial Services, you will see my little story about my first prostate exam story. It's quite hilarious. But for those of you who are watching, welcome to the show. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We're going to have a candid conversation, and I'm looking forward to go over that information with you. Yeah, man, that's what I am. I put on a video on TikTok today and also on Facebook. I didn't put it on Instagram. I think I might put it on Instagram a little later. And the little story goes like this. Someone hit me up on WhatsApp one time. I made a post or a video or post, and the person liked it. And the person said, "Can you send me some information on that?" And I said, "Well, I work by appointment only. Let's schedule an appointment so I can talk to you," because the person lives in a different state. And I'm like, "Well, we could do a Zoom, and you will spend, you have a 15-minute consultation. It doesn't cost you anything, or half an hour or an hour, how long that you want, just to talk." And the person said, "Nah, I don't do appointments. I just, if you can send me information." I said, "Okay, have a great day." And my video said this. It said that I'm a licensed financial pro, and everybody needs a licensed financial pro. But I, Mr. Terrence Bardui, Terrence Bardui, little boy, Mr. Bardui, I am not the licensed financial pro for everyone. And I've accepted that. My tribe finds me. My tribe confide in me. This month, this summer, for some reason, it was kind of hard getting to talk to people. But this month, I'm on a rush to talk to everybody, people that I know, especially we're going to talk about in-service rollovers tonight again. And I'm concentrating on that as well. But let me tell you this, folks. If you have a financial plan, I know multiple people in my life who, I use my best friend, for example. My best friend is an educator in South Carolina. And before he was 50, he had a stroke. He didn't call me when he had the stroke because he said I would have gone off on him, which is sad, but true. I love him dearly, like a brother. And he didn't call me, and he didn't call his dad, because me and his dad are similar. Now, when people are having a health challenge, it's not your job to be going at them. Your job is to show support, encouragement, and love. So they say when someone's grieving, right, you got to do the 3 H's. The 3 H's is hugs, hush, hush, hugs, and hang around. So when people are going through stuff, your job is to make sure that you are supportive, not, well, why did you gain so much weight? Why weren't you exercising? Why, man, it's too late. That stuff has already happened. They need love and encouragement. And so what my best friend told me, when I found out, I drove down to South Carolina to go see him, and he couldn't drive and couldn't go to school for a while, but he got better. We went to eat, you know. Uh, Actually, we went to a vegan place and he paid. He's on Instagram, but he watch it. He needs to watch some of these lives sometimes. I want him to get on there, and we had a good time when we talked, But I was quite concerned for him, because he's younger than me, you know, and still, it was just one of those things where I wanted to make sure that he was okay. And I know another person that who he had reached out to me about life insurance about 3 years ago, 2022. And I said, yeah, we can. Every time I try to schedule an appointment, he had an excuse. But recently, the guy suffered a stroke and and a heart attack. And he's not 50 yet as well. So those kind of things are very important to me. So for those of you who follow me on social media, especially Facebook, I go walking every day, or I try to go walking every day for exercise. For those of you who know me, I have this big belly, right? That's because I love it some pasta and some bread. Sandy says, wait a minute, I thought you said you gave up bread. I don't see you eating bread here. She said, you're cheating. You're cheating. I am. When I go walking, I go to Wawa and I get this big old pretzel. But anyways, the point I'm trying to make here, folks, health is wealth. So you have to take care of your wealth, because nobody's going to take care of yourself better than you. And the only person who can take care of your future self is your current self. The only one who can take care of your future self is your current self. And I try to do that. Like my calves, I feel like they're getting bigger and stronger. I got some love handles here as I got to lose, but I think I went on the scale when I went to my annual physical in February, or in April. Was it April? I was at 182. I'm probably 184 now. I think I gained a couple of pounds. But it's so funny. I'm going to give you guys a joke. I want to put it out there. I was supposed to make a post about it. I'm going to make a post about it. I was talking to Sandy, and she said something. She said, "Oh, something about." She said, "I'm charming. I'm quite charming." I said, "I'm not charming." She said, "You are charming. You know you are. You're full of crap. You know you're charming." So the poll out there is, am I charming? Sandy says I'm charming. So I had a great day. So I thought I'm the charmer. But my job, I don't charm clients into financial literacy. I educate, I pontificate, and I teach, all meaning the same thing, right? So as a licensed financial pro, I need to tell people what they have to do. Let me rephrase that, because that's the old Terrence. As a licensed financial pro, I recommend to people what they should do. And I told Sandy, I said, listen, when I tell people I'm recommending, it's not actually a recommendation, it's an order. But I cannot order you, so I have to say, I'm recommending, Mr. Jones, that you do X, Y, and Z. And it sounds better because adults, you can't tell people what they have to do. The doctor tells us to do X, Y, and Z, and we don't do it. So you can't force people to do things. You actually have to educate them and let them see the value. What I'm trying to do now is do more videos about value. I'll give you an example. I've been working with some clients recently, and I'm trying to teach them, now that they're of a certain age, protect what they have. I'm not telling them not to take risk, but to protect what they've already accumulated. So there was something that I saw, and I'm going to read it to you. I like to read it because sometimes I be misquoting stuff. I saw, let's see, where was it? I saw it today and I kind of screenshot some of it. And I think I have some of it, not all of it screenshotted. Let me see. Yeah. So basically, everybody needs to have three kinds of retirements. Three kinds. All right. Most of you are going to get Social Security. Some of you watching right now may be receiving Social Security. If you have a disability and you are not yet 65, you're receiving a Social Security. All right. Some of you have 401ks. Now, a 401k is not a pension. It's a defined contribution plan. In other words, you make contributions, and your company matched it up to a certain percent, and you can't access it except for in certain situations for you buying your first house or you have a hardship, medical hardship, things like that. Or else, if you go take it out, there's a 10% penalty. And while you're working, you can't access it, right? And if you've left your job, you can roll it over into an IRA somewhere or convert it into a Roth IRA. So you can certainly do that, right? I don't have a problem with that. But I've been talking to a lot of people who are now 59 and a half. And I'm telling them, because you are 59 and a half now, let's protect. Because one of the questions that I ask clients is simply this: what percentage of your retirement that you don't want to lose? What percentage of your retirement that you don't want to lose? Hey, good evening, Mr. Stewart. Man, I missed you live at 5, but I went there and made a comment. Great show today. Thank you. That's our president, Mr. Anthony Stewart. He's always encouraging us, man. He's the greatest president I've ever served and I worked in corporate America for years. But anyways, back to the subject or the lecture at hand. Folks, I ask my clients, what percentage of your retirement that you don't want to lose? My last client last week told me 0%. So I got excited. I wanted to sing, I'm so excited, but I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control and I think I like it. I can't sing, but that's how I felt, right? So basically, when the client told me that, so I showed him a concept. So this weekend, I have another appointment with another client and who's going to be 59 and a half. And I'm going to show them why they need to protect what they've already attained. And a lot of people don't understand this, man. So let me pull this up on my phone so I can quote correctly, because sometimes I go off script. And those of you who know me very well, you know I talk too much. So let's stay on script. So basically, you actually need, I just had it here. Hold on. So basically, you actually need 3 types of retirement strategies. Three. And the one that I'm talking about is number 2. Number 2 is where you need a retirement strategy that turns an income for the rest of your life. It turns on an income for the rest of your life that you cannot run out of. Let me explain something. If you have a 401k, right, and you turn 59 and a half, when you reach age 73, you have to take up what we call minimum required distributions. Minimum M required RD distributions. MRDs we call them. So you have to take your minimum required distribution. But if you keep taking the money, what happens that, I've said it many times and I'll say it again. If you make 75 grand a year and you put 10 grand into your 401k and your company matched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%, whatever they did, your AGI, your adjusted gross income, is $65,000. So you did not save taxes, you postponed taxes. So your pre-tax contributions, so all the 10,000 and all the earnings that you earn on it, you're going to pay taxes on it in the future. That's why a lot of the CPAs and advisors, when people hit, I think 2 people in Missouri and Texas hit the 1.9 billion last weekend, right? And a lot of the people take the lump sum because they don't know what taxes are going to be in the future. You might be in a higher tax bracket. if you take an annuity. If you take an annuity for 30 years, now you get more money, but your tax liability may be higher. So what these people do is they take the lump sum, they get a CPA, a tax attorney, people who know the tax laws, they set up a trust, a revocable living trust, and all these different things that they do. And some of you need to do that well. You don't need to have millions and billions to do that. You have assets, you should do it as well. And 4 of my clients right now wants to do it. I called an attorney last night to schedule one, but that attorney's retiring, so I need to find another attorney for them. But listen, folks, what I'm saying to you here is that you take that money and you don't know what the tax liability will be in the future. So why would you postpone taxes for 30, 40 years and you don't know what your tax rate's going to be? Now, what I will say, and I have been saying for years, for decades, but especially this go with February, it'll be 6 years I'm doing Tuesdays with Terrence. This past February, I celebrated my 5-year anniversary. So excited. What I tell people is that pay your taxes now, right? Get your income, and you can do something else with it. And you can access it tax advantage, which is basically tax-free if you structure it right and you do it the right way. And that's where a licensed financial pro like myself comes in. So too many times people want to talk to anybody. And like our president would say, anybody and lottie-dottie. No, man, you need to talk to a licensed financial pro, someone that you trust, someone who has your best interest at heart. They're a fiduciary. Your best interest is better than theirs. Because if I was not that person, there's many times I could do things for clients and then make it benefit me in terms of what I will be paid. But that's not ethical. You see, my ethics guides my thoughts, my actions. And ethics say, do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. Ethics say, you do the right thing even when no one's looking. Ethics say, right is right, wrong is right. Ethics say, make sure that the client is protected. Now, people like me, we have what we call E&O, errors and omissions insurance. We got to have like 2 million, but a claim has never been filed against me. And I pray to God it never will be, because I always put the client first. So what I'm saying to you guys is simply this. Having a licensed financial pro to show you how to structure your retirement. Have multiple. Mr. Stewart is watching right now. He was watching a little while ago. He said, you need play money. And your play money should be tax-free. So you got your 401k, your Social Security. Some of you, companies don't do defined benefit plans anymore, the pension plans. But you need some money that you can access tax-free as well. And guess what? For my clients who are 59 and a half, or clients who no longer work where they used to work, but they have 401ks out there, I'm going to show them how they can put it aside and they can get a guaranteed lifetime income from it if they choose to. It doesn't matter. They could live as long as Methuselah in the Bible. So what I try to do, I try to educate, I try to pontificate, I try to teach ethically, and I make sure that I do it step by step. And I always try to make sure that people will listen to what I am saying. A lot of people don't listen to what I'm saying because they're getting the wrong advice from the wrong people. And, listen, some of my best clients never really harass me or call me. They don't. You know why? Because they're protected and they're safe. So because if someone's calling me all the time, that's because they're not loyal. They're not loyal. They're here and there. There's like someone called me the other day and and I was like, I just had a conversation with you last week about why you've been my client since 2007. And this is why you're my client. And at this stage of your life, this component of your life needs to be protected. And I protected it. Years ago, you go listen to someone else and you screwed yourself up. I came back, I fixed it. But now you still, and you know what? Education is paramount. When I educate, I don't feel bad when you don't do what I recommend. Because life happens. I can tell you stories about people. I won't, but life happens. And if everybody who's my friend or not my friend, because most of my clients, most of my clients, I've never known them. I mean, a lot of my clients, I get a lot of my business through referrals. So if you're my Facebook friend and you're not my client, you need to be asking yourself why. If you're my family and you're not my client, you should be asking yourself why. It doesn't mean you're bad. You probably have to have everything in store and everything is great. I'm proud of you. But there are people out there, and like I said in my little story earlier, I'm not the licensed financial pro for everybody. Some people know me and they don't want me to know what they have. That's fine. That doesn't bother me. I've told you guys a multitude of times. Some of my clients are millionaires. Some are doing well. Some are paupers. Some are poor. But it doesn't matter. Wherever you are, that's where I meet you and I help you to make your decision. So therefore, it's paramount that, like, someone just texted me on WhatsApp today. I texted them like about a month ago. And the person just said, yeah, I'm aware of the business trip. When I get back in 3 weeks, I want to talk with you. And this is what I told the person. I'm not going to chase you, but I will call you at the end of the month. You know why I said that? Because it's not the first time we've spoken. And there are people, I believe, who need my help. But for some reason, they're not my clients, and that's okay. I'm not mad at that. Man, I have these 3 clients. Actually, I texted one of them earlier this week because she gave me a referral of one of her coworkers. And I spoke with the coworker, and I'm trying to get an appointment with the coworker now. And I'm going to give this coworker till the end of the week. And if this coworker doesn't call me, I'm going to call him back. But I have these 3 clients. 2 of them are sisters. And 1 client lives in Texas. If I had 3 clients like that every week, or 3 clients like that a month, I wouldn't need nobody else. I love those clients. They listen. Everything that I'm offering, they've done. They're making great incomes. They're all homeowners. They all have 401ks, and one works for the federal government, have a TSP, but they have income protection with me. They have debt elimination with me, and they have legacy creation with me. 2 of them have grandkids. One of their grandkids is my client. The other one, she spoke to her, son and his wife about their kid, but they don't want to listen to me. And that's okay. But those 3 clients, they never call me. They only call me if they want something. And that's very few and far between. I will bend over backwards, do backflips for them. But those people that really need my help, the ones who really need, how would I say it diplomatically? Let me try to say it diplomatically. What I do for you is for you, and you don't pay me a penny. Because I love to see everyone protected just in case. I believe some of us are not disciplined. I believe some of us don't have a budget. Those 3 clients I was talking about, they're so freaking disciplined and budgeted. They can tell me, I can call them today and they'll tell you how much money they've spent so far this month. Now, everyone's not like that, and that's okay, but they're savers. Some of us are spenders. And some of us are debtors. We're in debt. Now, these people, those three people I'm talking about, all three of them will be debt free in the next 7 or less years. And one of them got a mortgage 5 years ago, a 30-year mortgage. And guess what? I am so proud of them. So for those of you who are watching tonight, you need to DM me your email, because on Monday night, this coming Monday, we have a Get Out of Debt seminar. It'll be hosted by our president, Mr. Anthony Stewart, and it'll be presented by our chief marketing officer, Mr. Tony Brown. And if you're watching in the DMV, there's a women's wealth and health, wellness seminar coming up very soon. And if you want to know more about that, hit me up if you're in the DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia area, and I can tell you more about it. You can go to that. But next Monday, someone just texted me today, just before the show, and they were saying, "Oh, at 7 o'clock you have your show tonight." Right? I've been trying to get an appointment with that person. So what I try to do, folks, I try to be as fair as I can be, as honest as I can be, and as good as I can be educating. I want to say good evening to Isabel, Joseph Carbon, Sakafet, bonsoir. Hope you're doing well. So, as a licensed financial pro, I'm only licensed in the continental United States. So that's Alaska, Hawaii. I can only help people in Alaska, Hawaii, and on the mainland. I can't help you if you're in Puerto Rico, St. Thomas, St. Croix, Guam, Canada, Dominica. But the concepts that I talk about are transferable. There's someone watching tonight who made some changes. I'm not going to call her name, but she made some changes because she's been watching the show for some years now. Awesome person. And there's some of you who know me well. You just, folks, I'm proud of everyone who has a job and everyone who's working. I'm proud of those who are trying to make it. I'm proud of those who are having hardships and they're figuring it out. I'm proud for those who are doing everything that they ought to do. But there is no reason that you should not be taking this information, this free advice, and better yourself. No reason. None at all. None at all. And I will tell you this, folks. I'll tell you this. I get so excited when people tell me stories of what they've been doing and why they're doing it. I get so excited. You know why? Because at least they're doing something where they are. You know what? We all have the same 24 hours and we all live in different places, different states, different countries. But do the best that you can where you are. Take advantage of, listen, if you can research a dress, a shoe, a pocketbook, a sneaker, a car. Some of you all research a man. Some of you research a woman. You can do research on some of the things you need to do to protect yourself. So I know for a fact that now I am concentrating on 3 of these retirement strategies for people. I like people to have a retirement supplement. You're like, what's that? You know how people take supplements for their everyday regiment? They take, supplements for this and supplements for that for their health. Well, you need to supplement your retirement. First of all, one of the key factors that's affecting your ability to save is debt. You got to eliminate it, not consolidate it. You got to eradicate it. Debt is a financial cancer. I was talking to a young lady last week, that we talked a couple of years ago. And She called one of my clients who's her girlfriend, and the client said, "Why are you talking to me? You should be talking to Terrence." Yeah, I was so proud of my client. I wanted to cry. But guess what? The person called me and we had a candid conversation. And I told the person, "I've been liking your pictures on Facebook for 2 years. Don't you think that means I'm trying to tell you we need to get together and talk about what you got to do?" Finally called me. What we did, we just protected their income for the next 10 years. And then what we're going to start doing, we're going to start creating in 30 days a supplement retirement for them. The person makes good money, very responsible, but they travel a lot. They love to travel. And I said to them, nothing is wrong with traveling, but just make sure that you put in other things in place as well. You can't just work and die, true, but you got to mind a child. And that child needs you till they're 22 years old out of college. We solidified it. They got approved today. My biggest flex is when I help a family and I put them in a better place than where they were. That brings me joy, real joy, wonderful joy. It sounds like that gospel song. If you want joy, real joy, wonderful joy, let Jesus come into your heart. But it's similar. I I get so excited. And someone said to me, "You know what your problem is, Terrence? You're always trying to tell people what to do." No, I'm not. I may sound very forceful sometimes and convincing, and I yell at you all because I care. If I didn't care, why? I can just go get a job. I worked in corporate America for a long time. My skills are still serviceable in corporate America. But guess what? I'd rather do this. Impact middle American families, create legacies, build wealth for them, and protect them. I heard this year about 300,000 African American women have lost jobs. 300,000. And last night I had a candid conversation with an African American woman. We have an appointment this Friday. And actually, I want him to join my team. That person's way smarter than me. I just told him, I said, "Man, you're way smarter than me. I'm just better looking than you." And they laughed. And my point is, and financial literacy is their passion as well. So I'm like, "Come join the wave. Let's see where you at, what you can do, and come join the wave, and because I can't do it by myself. It's a crusade. And I need, people. I don't want just anybody to come, because you all see how passionate I am about what I do. So, like I said, this month is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. So talk to your fathers, your brothers, your boyfriends, your side pieces, your friends who are men. Make sure they're getting their prostate checked and getting their colonoscopies if they're of a certain age. This month, September, is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. If there's someone you know who's struggling, make sure they get the help. Talk to them. Hang around. Listen to them. Give them hugs. But make sure they get the and if you see signs, take it seriously. This month is Liam, Life Insurance Awareness Month. And life insurance is not just for when you die. It's for the loved ones you leave behind. It's for if you get sick. Right now, I can name 16 things you can use life insurance for. You want me to prove it? College. Eliminate debt. A bank. Purchase cars. Homes. Businesses. You want me to continue? Do you want me to continue? You insure your phone. You want me to continue? You want to finance your trips? Man, there are so many things you can use it for. A lot of people thinking life insurance is for when I die, someone else is going to benefit from it. What if you have a critical illness or a critical injury? Cancer, critical, chronic illness, stroke, heart attack, lupus. You were in an accident, you became a quadriplegic, angioplasty, aneurysm, Alzheimer's. I can tell you a whole bunch of things more. That's not the purpose of the show tonight. The purpose of the show tonight is to tell you, Liam, life insurance is awareness. We talk about the awareness of using us a financial planning tool that everybody should have. Nowadays, everybody qualifies. But some of you have great health. Get as much as you can. Do like the wealthy people. Use it for wealth creation. Everybody talking about stocks, bonds, mutual funds. Yeah, that's the number one avenue that people use to create wealth in America. But it takes time. Let me tell you a story. Years ago, me and a colleague, I was working for another agency, and me and a lady went to see a guy and his wife. And that was back in 07, 08, years ago, almost 20 years ago. And all we were trying to tell the guy, get at least 25,000. They wouldn't do it. It wasn't an affordability issue. They didn't see the value. They didn't see the value. We left. The guy went fishing that weekend and drowned. Poor lady. Felt bad for her. But I was there last week. I don't want to talk about stories like that. I want to talk about the stories where people have had life insurance, used life insurance for strokes. They've used life insurance for cancer. They've used life insurance for a critical and chronic illness. Their income was protected. I have a colleague it was in Washington State, who had a policy and they let it lapse. And the person got a critical illness. I think it was cancer. What they did was, but let me rephrase that. The policy was lapsing. Let me change that. It was lapsing. It hadn't lapsed yet. Because if it lapsed, you had to show insurability. And all it did, they got funds together to pay the amount that was outstanding in what had lapsed, and that person got over $500,000 on their policy that they were currently having, that they paid for. I want to see people use life insurance as a planning tool. I don't care if you're single. If you're single, you need more. Who's going to take care of you when you get older and you have a critical illness? You can't do two of the activities of daily living, bathing, toileting, transferring, eating. There's two more. I can't even think what they are right now. What I'm saying to you is that, and if you have a family, just like I told that client last week, your 14-year-old needs you till they're 22 years old. And what if something happened to you and you cannot work? What you going to do? Boom. She listened to me. So proud of her. See her traveling all over. Proud of her. But she made the right decision. Folks, if your financial plan is not a pyramid, you see this pyramid of American Classic Agency right above me, America. If it's not a pyramid with an insurance base as your foundation, it's flawed. You could have 300,000 in your 401k and the market can crash like in the 20s, the Great Depression, and have nothing. In 2008, for those of you who are older, lost a lot of money. Look at how many years it took you to get back. Life insurance is guaranteed. And never let it lapse. I text someone this week who lost a loved one, and they told me they got so much going on they can't afford it. BS. I see him traveling. But what can I do? Now, they have it on the job, but I'm just saying, but they're getting older. When you get older and you retire, or you get downsized, laid off, fired, and you can't get what you're going to do. I know this. Folks, you need 3 retirement strategies. I'm going to read them to you, and then we're done. You actually need 3 types of retirement strategies. Write these down if you can, if you live in the continental United States. A retirement supplement that protects you from taxes and grows tax advantage, like, for example, a Roth IRA. But there's also something that can be called a rich person's Roth IRA. It's called an IUL. It's an Index Universal Life Policy, insurance policy that can protect your legacy, but it can also help you compound and grow your money that is tax advantage without locking it up until you're 59 and a half. And it's protected from the market loss. You see, your mutual funds, stocks, bonds, you may lose. You know, if you bought Tesla when it first came out, you know, you spent $1,000 in it, right now you'd be a millionaire, but you didn't. And half of y'all, all the brand names you all be wearing, and you all be Starbucks and everywhere you all be going, you all don't know none of this stuff. All the stuff that you guys frequent, you own none of it, right? Strategy number 2, time is running out. You need a retirement strategy that turns on an income for the rest of your life that you cannot outlive, like a pension or an annuity. A fixed index annuity, to be specific, a fixed index annuity allows you to roll over your IRAs, 401ks, 403bs, 457, thrift savings plans, which are TSPs, etc., and protect them from the market losses and turn them into a guaranteed income for the rest of your life so that you don't run out of money. Some people run out of money. That's why their Social Security is not enough. They have no 401k, no other stuff. And that's why you see them working in other places in their retirement. Step number 3, you need a retirement supplement that is completely protected from market loss. The next time the market crashes, you don't lose anything. An example could be an IUL, an Index Universal Life, or FIA, a fixed index annuity. You're ready to protect your legacy and secure retirement comfortably. Folks, if you're interested, just say, I'm ready, or DM me. Me and my team are ready to help you. We want to help you. But you know what? If you heard something that you like tonight, share this live. If you didn't hear something you don't like, you know what? There's nothing I can tell you. But I know I gave you some good information tonight. Some great, great, great information. I want to thank all of you who tuned in and watched in tonight. Folks, my job is to educate, pontificate, and teach. I eradicate debt, I protect your income, and I create legacies for your families. And I'm doing that. I just did that for a young lady last week. We created $1 million legacy for her. Some people, their legacy may be 250. Some people may be 2 million. It doesn't matter. Everything that you've attained so far, let us protect it for you. The show is called Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is H. Terrence Bardui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardui. And some people call me Little Boy. If you're from the 767 YT Kubu, the tallest body, the Commonwealth of Dominica, you call me Luca Boy. I'm from Point Michel, aka La Pointe, St. Luke's Parish. Dominica made me, Boston raised me, now the South sustains me. Have a good night, everybody. Hasta la vista. Yeah. See you later. I'll strum for you.
Dominica made me, that's where it all began. Island breeze, coconut trees, the heart of my plane. From the hills and the smiles to the songs of the sea, that island spirit molded the person I'd be. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray. On those snowy streets, learn to stand tall, navigating life, every rise, every fall. From the commons to the brownstones, I made my claim. With every lesson learned, I embraced my name. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray. Now the South sustains me with its warm embrace, a community of strength and love in every space. From the bayous to the beaches, I found my place. In this journey of finance, I've learned to chase grace. Dominica made me, Boston raised me high. The South sustains my soul as I reach for the sky. With every sunrise, I'm thankful and free. A licensed financial pro, just being me. So here's to the roots that shaped who I am. From Dominica's beauty to Boston's Grand Slam. In the South I stand strong, with purpose and pride. Together with my journey, side by side.
The show is called Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is H. Terrence Bardui. Dominica made me, Boston raised me, now the South sustains me. Have a good night. Hasta la vista, babies. Portia, I'll send it to you, baby. I'll send it to you. This is my high school classmate, superstar. It's Portia. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I say hello to your family for me. And to each and every one of you, thank you for tuning in. I know there's something better you could have done tonight, but you chose to listen to me run my mouth. Again, I don't take it for granted. I appreciate your support. Like I said, Dominica made me, Boston raised me, now the South sustains me. The show is called Tuesdays with Terrence. And I believe, I don't care what you've done professionally and financially, you still need my help, because every one of you need 3 retirement plans. And you need the supplements that I can afford, not afford, that I can provide. Provide for you. All right. So have a good night. I'm out. Hasta la vista, babies. I guess tonight we showed it on my regular page. I don't know what happened. I fooled around with it. So I guess it's back up. So hasta la vista, babies. God bless you. Good night. And thank you for tuning in. I don't take it for granted. I'm out. Peace. Bonsoir. Later.